Hey guys, today I'm doing a speed paint video. It's going to be a traditional art piece of Byleth, female Byleth from Fire Emblem Three Houses. Recently I've been really enjoying working with traditional mediums as opposed to digital, which is what I used to normally work with all the time. But I felt like doing a watercolor painting today, so this is what I'm going to be showing you. So if you're wondering what tools I'm using to do this piece, I cut up the Canson XL watercolor pad paper. I have the 9x12 paper, but I cut it into fours, and the paper is 140 lbs and 300 Gs. I don't know exactly what those stand for, but those are its specs. And I'm using the Kuretake Gansai Tambi watercolor paints. These are not like traditional watercolors. Apparently they use a different kind of binder than like Western watercolors, and they're more easily liftable than say like a Winsor Newton set, but I've never used that set, so don't take my word for that. I do use some acrylic paint for highlights in the hair and the face, as you will see later on. And I also use some pencil crayons from my childhood, mostly Laurentian brand. I don't even know if they sell that anymore. And I also use some Sakura micron pens, one particularly, the 0.5mm size. I do have smaller sizes, but when I press on the paper, I find I press pretty darn hard, and the smaller sized pen tips I've kind of janked up because of pressing them so hard. As you can see, I am filling in the hair right now with a light wash of like the bluey teal hair that Byleth has. Spoiler alert, before, I guess it's not really a spoiler, before it turns like that really light turquoise color. I do have a color in the set that if I ever decide to paint Byleth with her, you know, her second hair color, that I don't think I'll even need to mix because it's already set in there. I was thinking of doing a watercolor picture of Flane as well because like, her hair color is already like built into the Kuretake pan set, so that would make it a lot easier for me to do. I bought a lot of new traditional art supplies recently. Like today alone, I bought 4 new sketchbooks and a new set of Sakura micron pens because I know they do not bleed with watercolors. The story behind why I bought 3 is on Amazon they have this Arteza set of watercolor, or I think they just label it as a mixed media sketchbook. They're 3 smaller sizes, and they're like 5.5 by 7 or something. And there was a pack of 3 for sale for 27 bucks, and I just couldn't say no. And because I don't want to pay shipping, I added on those Sakura micron pens I was talking about earlier, so that I won't have to pay shipping, and I have more things to line my pieces with. And then I was at Walmart today, and their Canson XL watercolor pads they weren't on sale, but they were a really good price. The 11x15 size was only $16, so I have like the impulse control of a peanut, so I bought them all. I am planning to participate in Inktober this year. I may film a few speed paints for Inktober. Some of them I'm planning to do as watercolors. I know in the official Inktober rules you're supposed to draw with ink, at least with ink, every day, but I think I'm going to be a little more lenient and not use those like official rules, and as long as I complete a drawing every day, no matter the medium, could be digital, could be watercolor, could be a dry medium, could be just something like plain pencil and ink, I will count it as an Inktober entry. I do not know if I will use the official prompt list yet. I do find that the prompt list is quite helpful if you're feeling a bit stumped, but I feel like I might just do it freeform. I like having the creative freedom, and I'm just gonna draw whatever I want, people, objects. Right now I'm painting in the black parts of Byleth's outfit, and black, oh my god, is such a difficult color to work with in watercolor. I find like it gets blotchy, like super easy compared to other colors. It pools in certain places. I was watching a few watercolor tutorial videos on YouTube, and some artists are saying as long as you keep that area wet, it will not dry blotchy before you finish painting the full area. I don't know if that is a very good explanation, but I feel like I will practice my technique more and more. I do really enjoy the look of some of those blotchy areas because it looks more like organic than say a super clean style. I myself, I would say I'm not a very clean style artist to begin with, and I do enjoy that slightly more like organic, natural look. I'm just talking out my ass right now, but that's what I felt. As you can see here, I originally did not plan to use any sort of line art for this piece, but the pencil underneath was not well defined enough, so I started lining it with pencil crayon. And then I felt like maybe that was still not defined enough, and I gave up and decided to do line work for this watercolor piece. For watercolor artists that don't need to use any sort of line work, I have no idea how they do it because everything just started to blend into each other, and it looked kind of like a pastel mess. Talking more about Byleth, I finished one playthrough of Fire Emblem Three Houses so far, and I started with the Blue Lions route. To be honest, I did not think I was going to pick Blue Lions before I actually started the game. I thought I was going to pick Black Eagles, the one Edelgard leads, because Edelgard looks a lot like Chris from Suikoden 3, and Suikoden, if you didn't know, is my favorite JRPG series of all time. Even though I've only like really played 2, I did read the manga for 3, and I greatly enjoyed it. And I do own 1 and 3, but I haven't really played them. There's just too many games to play these days. Yeah, but after meeting all the students at the first part of the game, I thought, man, Blue Lions, the students are much cuter than the other 2 groups. You guys may disagree with me, and boy am I glad I picked Blue Lions to start with. I love the Blue Lions so much. I love Dimitri, love him. I actually started an eat a bag with Dimitri in it. It's not just gonna be Dimitri, I think, in the end for that eat a bag. I'm gonna put other characters I really like in there, but he is my new husbando. And oh, there's just so much husbando and waifu material in Fire Emblem Three Houses. Like Felix, Sylvain, Ash. Actually, I'm just pretty much all of them in some way in the Blue Lions is like perfect. They're just perfect, okay? I love them all, my children. I did start the Golden Deer route recently, and I gotta say I don't not like them, but I definitely do not feel as strongly for them as I did my Blue Lion babies. I really don't like the Golden Deer girls. I'm really sorry to say that, but I really don't like them. Some of the Golden Deer boys are great. I do really love Ignatz. I think he's the sweetest little art child boy, and I love him. Yeah, but I don't really like the Golden Deer girls, and I'm sorry to say that. I don't really want to play the Black Eagles route because after playing Blue Lions first, I really don't like Edelgard. But I will play her route because even though she's kind of crazy, I kind of want to see her perspective of the story. Maybe I'll think she's less crazy after watching, like actually playing her route. Right now I'm just adding some kind of texture to Byleth's like shoulder pad stuff with pencil crayons. And now I'm using Flane's hair color as the background. I felt like leaving it white would be a little too plain, but once I started doing this, the paper started to really warp. I know some watercolor artists tape down their paper before they do any sort of work on it, but I was really afraid of tearing the paper if I used what tape I had on hand. But you know what? It was practice, and I do really like it at the end. This is the finished painting. I hope you liked it. If you want to see more speed paints, let me know. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and subscribe for more content if you are interested. Thank you so much, you guys, for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye!